Hey y'all, it's Day. So, I'm going to be doing a reading for us today. Very much looking forward to this reading. I'm going to go ahead and get started, but before I do, I want to let you guys know that if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can do so through my website, which will be in the comment section. And there are various ways to contribute to my readings, which you'll see on my website as well. If you would like to follow my first channel, which is sun_flowers_day, DAE. If it resonates, definitely do so. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Thank you, angels, guides, ancestors, God source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection. Please continue to guide and protect us as we walk our path. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. At the top of the spread, we have the Ace of Wands in the choice point position. Ooh, so someone is definitely being encouraged to take action, like right now, and it's giving me that energy of strike when the iron is hot. And I'm hearing the word prompted as well. So it's like your spiritual team is like, you will be prompted about this. So there is this anticipatory energy surrounding knowing when to take action, knowing when to kind of like take advantage of an event or a circumstance. And with the Ace of Wands coming out, the Wands is representing, energy, passion, movement, fire energy, Mars energy. I'm hearing creativity as well. Definitely do think it's a form of creativity or element of it. Inspiration as well. So something about what your spiritual team is encouraging, or our spiritual team is encouraging all of us to be prepared to take action. Sorry about that, you guys. Y'all know what that is. Okay. So something about what you are going to be prompted to do soon is very important. It's coming through as like something very important. On the left of the spread, we have the shaman in reverse, which is the high priestess. So I'm getting a reference to imagination, and I'm hearing the word evoke. So like evoke your imagination, play around with your imagination more, encourage, like find different ways to be creative, to be imaginative. It could be very beneficial for whoever this reading is for. And spiritual team is saying like something about that practice, that exercise, or that knowing is going to, I'm hearing, bless your intuition. But it's coming out in reverse. So it kind of seems like this is something that has yet to be discovered or realized, an unknowing. Hmm. Then we have Papa Staff, which is the King of Wands, coming out in the resistant position. So there is this energy of someone being encouraged to step up, but kind of being hesitant, I'm hearing, about doing so. So this is someone who is a king, who is a king, who is meant to be a king, who's meant to be a leader, who's meant to share wisdom or share a vision. I'm also hearing like ask questions. Like they're meant to ask questions, to get other people thinking, to provoke people to think more, to help people realize their containers, or to help people realize what containers that they are in. Um, Dang, and I'm hearing the word illuminate a path. So someone is meant to illuminate paths for other people. Very powerful. So something about you walking in your own purpose and your path, following this passion, or taking this action that your spiritual team is saying that you're going to be presented with soon, is like in watching you do that, as other people watch you do what you're supposed to be doing, that makes them more aware of their own limitations, whether it's within themselves, their environment, society. It like something about seeing you move helps people realize how contained or censored or like boxed in that they are. It's kind of like being satisfied with living in a one bedroom until somebody, you see someone else that I guess like have a 3 bedroom or something like that. It's like I was okay with it, but now because I'm realizing that it is actually possible, because I wasn't viewing it as a possibility. I wasn't thinking like, I was just thinking like this is as good as it gets, or I just wasn't thinking to expect more. I wasn't thinking to negotiate. I wasn't thinking to like rebuttal, if that's the energy. And there's so many examples of like what that could look like, but it's essentially just like allowing something about your visionary skills, or um, you asking questions makes people think, and it helps people to realize, oh, there's so much more. There's more possibilities to this. And I think that's why with the shaman coming out in reverse, that your spiritual team is um, encouraging you to exercise imagining more, like growing your imagination, entertaining your imagination, expanding your imagination. Think bigger thoughts. So, for example, like apply it to anything, but like say if you're just like, I'm going to go to work, or I want, $50 for this, like double it. Or like if you're asking for something, like double it or increase it in some way. So this is maybe for someone, whoever this reading is for, is someone that tends to get less than they deserve, where they find themselves in situations where they've gotten the shorter end of the stick. And so spiritual team is like, you have to kind of like overestimate a little bit, just because you're used to kind of lowballing yourself, whether that's in situations, relationships, activities, you know, things that you purchase, you buy, like whatever, however that applies in your life. Very interesting. So your spiritual team is saying like, you're meant to do this. You're meant to hold. You have the container to hold this imagination, this higher vision, or this foresight. You're meant to hold that. And so by you doing it, it's going to, you're meant to be a leader. And your spiritual team is wanting to remind you of your influence as well, because someone is not aware of their influence. And we have the Four of Cups as the undercurrent energy as well. Then we got Page of Cups in reverse, falling on top of this Ace of Wands and the King of Wands. Okay, this is the second time that I'm hearing this. I'm hearing a thought leader, so someone is also meant to be a thought leader. And it's important for them to explore how to and actually apply and practice, exercise being in their knowingness. It's crazy because this Ace of Wands and King of Wands came out, one in the choice point position, the other in the resistant position. And yet it's giving, what was it giving? I already forgot. And yet it's giving this energy of knowingness, which I would associate with blue, like the third chakra. It's very interesting. A lot of the more recent readings that I have done, it has been showing like pointing out which chakra that is needing to be addressed, but then it's like weird stuff like your third chakra is blocked and you need to heal your root chakra first in order to get there, which we know that because you have to start with the root chakra first. But it's more like it's kind of like the root chakra is in the third chakra or something like that. It's like, I don't know, it's always addressing how they're connected. And it's always like, but you have to get to this first. You have to address this first before you could even get to that actual chakra. And sometimes it's a different chakra. It's like I have to address my third eye chakra before, or as I am addressing my root chakra. And that's really hard if your root chakra is needing healing and your third eye chakra is needing healing, because you're already in survival mode, and then your perception is already distorted as well. Anyways, we have the Page of Cups in reverse, and that's making me just feel like we're having to something about this healing feels like we're having to go backwards. We're having to readdress some things that we thought we had already addressed. Okay, then we have this scrying card. And that is also coming out on the Ace of Wands and the King of Wands. Yes, love this for you, for what this is for. This is very powerful. So I'm hearing the word divination, and then I was also hearing rewrite. And the way that that message is coming through is like someone's manifestation powers lie within writing, and that can look like many different ways, whether it's even, a language or if it's just symbols. And then I'm also getting this energy of there is a male figure that is or has or is possibly interested in getting into the dark arts or like a witchcraft, like they're drawn to it. And it also seems like they're meant to do that or it's meant to be a part of their life. But there is this element of like, I feel like this person is possibly trending or inclined to get into some trouble with that. Like misuse, I'm hearing misuse. And then I'm also just getting this feeling of like this satisfying feeling of getting someone back. Like that feeling that like revenge accomplished type of vibes. I'm getting that feeling very prominently. And it's just like, oh, it feels so good to get this person back type of energy. But I'm waiting for the rest of the message. I'm shuffling in the meantime. Then we have a Queen of Cups coming out upright, and then we have the Judgment card coming out. And both of these cards are coming out underneath the previous cards, which was the Page of Cups in reverse, where we're talking about something about addressing this third eye situation. It feels like we're having to backtrack. And the scrying card. I'm hearing little boy, and I'm getting the feeling of like someone needing to address how they felt as a little boy. Like someone needs to share their perspective of things when they were a child. And I'm also hearing clue. The way that it's coming through is kind of like everybody in the family has held this perception, this storyline, this explanation, this motto of like what our family is or what we stand for or like how we present ourselves. And it feels like kind of like the baby of the family type of vibes, but like there's a male figure who is a sibling maybe a younger sibling in their family, and they need to share their perspective on what they saw when they grew up. And there is this energy of like, it makes me want to cry because it's kind of like, um, either their family members are, well, their family members are going to feel very emotional about this, and you're also going to feel very emotional about this, whoever this reading is for. But it's like, something about it feels like you feel like something needs to be said, or somebody feels like something needs to be said, and it's going to hurt somebody's feelings, and it's going to shatter. I'm also getting this energy of like, maybe a father figure passed away, and so now we kind of like made up this story or this saying about what things are or something, and it's just kind of like, it's been unaddressed for a while. It feels like really deep, heavy stuff. For real, it does. And with this scrying card coming out, it's just like, something about depression, something about darkness, something that has to do with family and how it's going to be processed. And perhaps someone is also worried about, there's also something about, this person is low key kind of fed up, but at the same time, they know that it's going to hurt whatever they have to say. But they're also angry about the fact that they have been aware of the fact that this is going to hurt, and that's why they hadn't said anything for so long. So, to the point where they're feeling like they need to say something, they're upset about that because they feel like they've been pushed too far, or things have gone too far at this point. So, like, they've had enough. They've had enough. So, yes, with judgment coming out in the imagery of this, with the green butterfly over her throat chakra energy, someone is needing to say something. And whatever it is that you need to say, it's like definitely this energy of the imagery, which is transformation. Saying something that needs to be said. It might hurt at first, but it will ultimately become healing. And I'm hearing the word digest. So, like, it's going to need processing for sure. It might turn things upside down for sure. There's going to be structural changes as well for sure. Because once this truth is said, or this perception of like, there's this energy of like, sometimes like, and it's important too, but it's like older people in the family are like, no, you didn't know what was going on. You didn't know what was going, you weren't there. Your perception is off. There is this energy or inclination from the family to kind of gaslight this person. But at the same time, it's like when the truth is said, it's going to be like they're all going to know. Like, I just getting like their face is going to be cracked. And it's like each other will know that, oh shit. And they'll try to save face, and they might gaslight, and they might try to continue to do the activities that they were doing before. There's this energy, like there's a structural change. The whole dynamic of the family itself a change, and it's like it needs to be broken to come back together. And there is this concern that maybe we won't be strong enough to come back together. Maybe that will really break us up for good. Maybe things will never be the same. And there is this energy that's saying things won't be the same, but They will be different. And it will be lighter. There's this lighter energy, like this lightness of living in your truth, this lightness of your experiences or your perception being validated or acknowledged. And initially, in doing this, that's going to be a part of the problem as well, is that it may not be acknowledged or validated at all. But right now, I'm just getting more of like someone going back and forth with themselves and feeling really like really angry, overly overwhelmed by the whole situation and distraught between what type of action that they're going to take, which is significant because the first card that came out was the Ace of Wands in the choice point position. And Ace of Wands can represent action, Mars energy, passion, movement. And it came out in the choice point position to let us know that there's something required, some action required on our end. Very interesting. And so going back to this shaman where we talked about spiritual team is encouraging them to develop their third eye chakra by expanding their mind, imagining, exercising, thinking bigger, expecting more, expecting better, stretching, their expectations, playing around with that more. With that, okay, it's going back to knowingness, remembering who you are. That is, again, a container that they are meant to hold. And so in kind of like in acting that out and playing that out, once it is integrated, incorporated, healed, or cleansed, your third eye, and then we touched on the root chakra as well, they have to be balanced. Once they do that, they're meant to be a leader, like a true leader. And also the King of Wands came out in the resistant position, confirming that you are meant to be a leader. We heard earlier thought leader for some of the people this reading is for. So you're definitely meant to share your wisdom, share your vision. You are a visionary. You are a leader. And with the King of Wands coming out in reverse, it's like you are, but you're refusing to. So this is someone who is refusing to apply for a higher position. Like they're okay. They're content with it. They're okay, like they're chilling. And I definitely feel like there's a space for that where it's just like, I don't want the responsibility, right? Like you should be able to decide that, because sometimes with certain jobs, if you're not careful, even though you're getting paid more for another position, sometimes the work required, if it's not in alignment with you, if that's just not your type of work, you could be doing yourself a disservice. You're actually working harder because it's, even though the money is more, that's just not how you're wired to work. And so you may be using a lot more energy than necessary. So you have to consider everything. But with the shaman coming out in reverse, is definitely giving Hierophant energy as well. So if that's the case, yeah, that definitely makes sense. If you're a visionary, you're meant to be a leader, and you're meant to be a thought leader. Some of you, like, you definitely need to definitely Hierophant vibes. So we got a whole king, like a whole Hierophant out here, not knowing who he is. That's wild. That's wild. That's wild. And also I'm getting this energy of being very attracted to that. So So if this reading is resonating with you, then just know that just know that your spiritual team is also saying that you will be approached by a lot of suitors as well. And as I said that, like the sun card came out in reverse. So it's giving mixed bag. You're going to be presented with options as far as like people that are interested in you romantically. Some okay, some good, some bad. So discernment is definitely going to be needed. And I'm also getting this energy of like a vixen. So there's someone that will be approaching you as well that will be very, very, very like is giving very captivating. Which is not a bad thing at all. But there is this warning type of energy of like being too consumed in looks. Because it's something about the looks that is like ultra stimulating. And I'm not entirely sure why that is, aside from, I'm not even going to speak on that. Oh, okay. Well, I heard the word caked, so I'll say it. But basically, this person just like wears a lot of makeup. That's a controversial topic. Not gonna go there for real. But there's something about like just being like just like so mesmerized by someone that that is like really really good, I guess, with their makeup. So um and the energy is not necessarily like that person is really like unattractive underneath the makeup. That may be so, that's not necessarily a message, but it's more so giving like this is someone dark or not good for you, or like they have really like bad energy, like it's not an energy that you would really want around you. So there's this energy of also what's coming through is like this person looks very beautiful, and but something about their spirit is really, no, let me take that back. It's not their spirit, it's just that underneath their makeup they have a different energy about them. So it's kind of like looking like like I don't know, they're like looking and giving off airy vibes, but they're like underneath, they're like their face is different. And that's like weird to say because like the face that you make is the face you make, but it's definitely giving that. It's giving like I can't even make the face. But like they're just like actually like I don't know, they're like this. So be careful about that. But I'm also getting this energy of being very stimulated by this person and by the visuals. So be careful for that. And with the Hierophant or the High Priestess coming out in reverse, it's like third eye, discernment, knowingness, like knowing what you value, that type of energy. And under the deck, undercurrent energy, we have the Seven of Cups. That's wild. So these are also suitors. There are definitely people lusting over you or will lust over you. Maybe like when you step into this leadership role, once you heal this third eye and root eye chakra, or coming up soon as you're in the development in that, of like people being drawn to you. There's people being drawn to you. There's people that want to like get into your energy. So I don't know if you have money or you have status, or people are just drawn to you because you've developed your third eye and your root eye chakra. So I mean that definitely is attractive, I would imagine. But yeah, that's definitely attractive. But yeah, but like when I'm inquiring on this energy, it's coming through as very surprising to me. I don't know why, but it's just like dang. Like it's giving all my life I had to fight. Like you finally accomplish healing yourself and you become very attractive. And now it's like people are swarming towards you. I'm like, dang, what do you have that they got? Like, what are they trying to covet? Yeah. Angels, guides, ancestors, God, source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection. Please continue to guide and protect us as we walk our path. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, the Knight of Wands is coming out now. A lot of Wands energy. The Knight of Wands. Okay. So, something about this Knight of Wands is like unshakable, like he's very sturdy, he's standing his ground, is kind of the energy. And there's like a form of stability that he has, but it feels like, yes, in his posture, not so much that he's like ready to fight or like sumo wrestler type of vibes, like super heavy, but there is this mental knowingness type of heaviness that others may pick up, or that is felt or seen or perceived. So this Knight of Wands is strong in their knowingness, and people can sense that or perceive that. So start working on some kind of affirmations, or think about some concepts surrounding what do you know. And you can, I've done this exercise before where I just say, I know, I know, I know, I know. I say that to myself out loud or in my head over and over again. And then and then like basically, your body will start to release answers about what is it that you know. So that might look like a feeling in your body. Like you might start to feel anxiety somewhere in your body, and it might remind you of a situation or a scenario that you've been in that was related to your knowingness. Or you just might think of, something that you shared with your family members or friends that maybe you're not getting support on or something like that. But what is it that you know? Like, what do you know? What do you know for certain about yourself, or about your reality, or about your perception? What is it that you know? Like, if it's one thing I know, I know. Then on the left of that, we have temperance. Something about healing your third eye chakra is also going to help you manage your temperament. So something about, if your third eye is blocked and maybe you're thinking like there's no way out or there's no way in, there's no way, there's nothing else from here. I can't imagine myself, getting out of my hometown or living in another country, or trying something new, working a different job or career, or being a part of another family, or being married, or being single again, or being on my own, or being with a family. I can't imagine having a family. I can't imagine, whatever that is for you. I can't imagine. Hopefully, I covered a lot of them. What can't you imagine? Spiritual team is wanting you to reevaluate what you think you can't imagine. Like someone can't hold something, a vision of something, their desires. Then we have the 7 of coins in reverse. Someone also has a resistance or inability or a not knowing how to receive. It's important to be able to receive. It's important to be able to receive. It's okay to receive. It's okay to receive help. It's okay to ask for help. We have the 8 of coins in reverse. We have 3 of coins in reverse. Very interesting. Receiving. Oh, okay. I'm hearing hard labor. Receiving. Hard labor. 3 of coins. Not receiving help. Someone's working way harder than they are supposed to, I'm hearing. Someone's also working in a field that they're not supposed to be working in, and it may be related to hard labor or like a high discomfort type of job. Like maybe you're out in the sun, or maybe you're handling equipment, maybe you're constantly having to bend over, maybe you're constantly having to pick things up and it's not good for your stomach or it's not good for your back. But someone is still doing something that they know is causing problems. And that needs to be addressed very soon. That needs to be addressed very soon. Spiritual team is like, like it feels like you're hurting yourself. It also feels like something can slip. It's not a good feeling at all. Someone is weakening their vitality by doing this, whatever this is. Then we have the strength card coming out on top of the temperament card. Tolerance is very much needed. Someone gets bored very easily, or has a problem with being bored, or not having anything to do, or constantly needing entertainment. And know that when you're feeling that discomfort, when you find yourself in situations where you're feeling like contained, that just know that that is like it's working. Like if you're going to actually try to detox that, I'm getting this sense that that is very hard, very difficult for whoever this reading is for. And I personally can't relate. Like I never get bored because I just don't. Like I'm a homebody. I've always been in solitude. But I can pick up this energy in this reading, and it does feel very uncomfortable and very hard. So I'm sorry. But I do also see that that's something that your spiritual team is wanting you to do, which is detox from entertainment. Something about this entertainment is like it's a little too much or something. And that's not for me to judge. you guys know, like, if if the entertainment is too much. I'm definitely pro, like, definitely I've been practicing for the last years, like, not to feel guilty, because I felt guilty for certain things for a long time. So this is new for me, but I've been doing for the last couple of months. Like, I do not allow myself to feel guilty for things, or I'm still actively working on it. But like, if guilt is a thing for you, definitely don't do that. Like, that's just unnecessary. But it's just an acknowledgement piece. Like, if something about your entertainment, like if you're blowing too much money, or if you're, it's something unhealthy, or it's getting in the way of priorities, that's for you. And something about that is related to your third eye chakra. So I'm also getting, like, someone has a long-term goal or something that they're meant to do, or meant to experience, meant to receive, that requires them to be able to, like, when you have a goal, like you're saving for something, you have to be able to say no to something else, like delayed gratification, to postpone reward. Yeah, someone is, whoever this reading is for, or it feels like it's not, that's not for everybody, but it does feel like it's for a certain person's, that spiritual team is like coming through to acknowledge, like, yes, we know, like, we feel, like, we can feel what like why you feel that way, um but don't take that feeling, that stressor of when you're bored, as like you have to do something, but just know that's a part of the detox process. So definitely getting encouragement vibes now, and they're saying, like, we know strength is required, and we know that this affects your temperament, it affects your mood, that it's very hard. And I'm hearing strange, something about it is very strange to you. Sorry you can't see the words strength and temperament. Something about that detox process is very strange to you. It makes you feel weird. I'm also getting a new identity, but then as I said that, I felt like it was a car wreck. So I was getting, like, someone's getting a new identity, and then I was like, "Er," I heard crisis. So, like, in the process of you, doing what you need to do for yourself, there's this energy of, it feels like a crisis. It feels like the alarms are going off in your body, and it's just like, it's just so overwhelming. So this is also giving me, like, what someone may deal with if they have, like, a nicotine addiction, where it's just kind of like, I can't think straight. That type of energy. Spiritual team is like, we're rooting for you. That's the energy. I'm ready to close this reading. We have the undercurrent energy as the hermit. Love that for you. Some of you guys are going on your personal journey, and look at his third eye. Yes, that is a purple jewel in the middle of his forehead. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Do I need to say anything about that? In closing, is there anything else that we need to know? Aw, I'm hearing no, and then I was hearing acknowledge. So, like, whoever this is for, it's very sticky, because I don't know what the situation is. I'm also getting someone, like, has a group of friends, but it's like, maybe their opinion isn't as respected as other people in the group, or something like that. And it's like, spiritual team is like, you're not gonna get the respect that you need till you kind of, like, pop out and just do your thing, even if you have to do it by yourself. Like, show your commitment to your own ideas, opinions. by actually following through. There is some energy of like other people don't resonate with it, so they fail to follow through on what they're meant to do. And we've been talking about whoever this is meant to be a whole thought leader, a whole visionary, a whole leader. Like, what? It's literally like when we have our spiritual gifts and we're not using them, it's like you've seen that picture of the iceberg and like what we can see versus what we can't. It's kind of like that, but it's like um upside down, inverted or reversed. And it's kind of like you got a whole kingdom inside of you type of vibes. You have, oh, it's an empire. You have a whole empire, but it's like upside down because it hasn't come out through the third eye chakra. Like that's what it's, how you have a whole empire. But that empire is like a projection through your knowingness, through your third eye chakra. It's a knowingness. It's just too much. Like you just have to be here. Like just know. Like just know. And I just heard K dot, so it's giving that energy to try to add context to what I'm saying, like how people admire how he did his show. Like everybody's talking about all the different elements and the different concepts and the symbolism. It's giving like empire, like the craft, the art, the artistry is, but in the sense of a visionary, a leader, a thought leader, um, a great example, a visionary. Like, stop, please. Don't sleep on yourself another day. Do not. That's the title. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, check out the comment section below. Visit my website. There are many ways to contribute to my reading as well. So check out the link in the comment section below. And I want to thank my angels, guides, ancestors, God, God's source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection. Please continue to guide and protect us as we walk our path. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.